That's what happens if you're there too long. So, but we're on.
Camila,
Everybody
Camila,
into
Camila told me to get in 10 minutes early.
one moment. We're gonna start. This is case number 2022 CPR 01236 in the matter of the estate of Jack Mann, heirship determination with an independent administration. Mr. Laurado is the headliner. Mr. Flores is for the applicants. Please raise your right hands, everybody. Do each of you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give in this case is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Where did
Yes.
Mr. Laurado go?
We lost him when you were calling the case.
And that is why I like Zoom.
And here he comes again. Here he comes again.
All righty. And don't let him try to give us an explanation.
Yes.
Okay, you're muted. You're muted.
There
Okay,
we go.
go ahead, Mr. Flores, call your applicant.
Thank you. Sir, you are Michael Sean Mann,
Yes, sir.
and you have filed a second amended application for the determination of heirship for your father, Jack Mann, correct?
Correct.
Okay. Now, Jack Mann passed away on April 7th of 2022.
Yes.
Okay. And he had his residence was here in El Paso, Texas,
Correct.
correct? Okay. Did your father leave a will?
None that was found.
Okay. So you're asking that the court determine who his heirs are, correct?
Yes.
And how many children did your father have in his lifetime?
Just me.
Okay. And
I'm an only child.
okay. And you're asking that you also be appointed as the independent administrator of the estate so that you can marshal all of his assets and collect them, correct? As the only heir?
Correct.
Okay. And you have never been convicted of a felony, sir?
No.
Have you ever filed for bankruptcy?
Oh, decades ago.
Okay.
But
Got it. Okay, I'll pass the witness, Your Honor.
When
Yes.
was that bankruptcy, sir?
I'm sorry, Judge, do what?
When was that bankruptcy?
I do believe it was like early 90s, 92, 93.
Okay, and your father, does he have any outstanding debts right now?
Other than a few, maybe a credit card,
How much?
maybe insurance, stuff like that.
How much is the credit card?
Last time I checked, that the bank was able to talk to me because obviously without this information, they're pretty lean, they're pretty strict on it. It was like $200 to $300, and that was it.
Can you take care of that immediately?
As soon as I'm able to get the funds and everything, yes, I will be taking care of all of that.
Okay, so you don't have $300 that you could pay off the credit card?
No, and when I talked to the bank, which is Bank of America, they said once this is taken care of and I have full access to all the funds available, they'll take the payment from there and get everything processed.
All right. Okay, Mr. Laurado, questions?
No, yes, thank you. Sir, your dad was widowed for how long?
My dad was divorced. He was married 3 times. So my mom was the second, and they got divorced when I was still a baby. And then he got married one more time after that, and he was divorced from Diane for quite a while. So he was basically a bachelor for quite a long time. So,
Okay.
My mom died. When did my mom die?
So going back to the first wife, are you aware
Yes.
of any children with the first wife?
No, he's told me pretty well a few times that I was the only child out of any of the marriages. So
Going back to wife number 3, was any child born of that wife?
no, Diane, no.
Do you know whether did the first wife have any children of her own?
I I honestly don't know as far as that goes.
Okay, did the
He
third
never,
wife,
honestly, he never mentioned it if he did.
Did-
It would be from he was a stepped out or whatever. So
did the third wife have any children of her own?
no.
Okay, pass the witness, Your Honor.
Mr. Flor, any further questions of this witness?
Just one, the third wife was over 60 when they got together, correct?
I do believe yes.
Okay, no further questions.
Mr. Lorado, call the first disinterested witness.
Kim Day, please.
Go ahead.
Yes, that's me.
State your name, please.
My name is Kimberly Lynn Day.
And you are related to the Mann family, right?
Yes, sir.
Because of your relation, do you expect to gain anything from this case or from Mr. Michael Mann or from the estate of Jack Mann?
No.
No. And so how long did you know Mr. Mann?
All my life. Mr. Mann is my uncle. So my father is his brother.
Very well. So you know about wife number 1, wife number 2, and wife number 3?
I only know of wife number 2 and wife number 3. Wife number 1, I was too young. Too young.
Did you ever hear conversations that involved wife number 1?
Wife number 1, I was pretty sure we went out to Lemoore, California. Uncle Jack was in the Navy and he was stationed in Lemoore, California. And I know we went out and visited him one time. But I don't remember their names, but I remember that the wife had two daughters. I'm pretty sure because one of the daughters' name was Kelly and my sister's name was Kelly. So we kind of thought that was funny that Uncle Jack had a Kelly and my dad, that was actually his stepdaughter, Kelly. So I barely know about the 2 girls.
Well, I need to ask you why do you say Uncle Jack had a Kelly? Was that Kelly his daughter?
No.
Very well.
No.
Did he adopt any of those 2 children with the wife number 1?
No.
To your knowledge?
To my knowledge, no.
So he wasn't too thrilled on Kelly that he wanted to adopt Kelly?
No.
All right. Did that lady have any other children besides those 2?
Not that I know of.
When you were there visiting, were there any other children residing in that household?
Not that I remember. Now, like I was like maybe 6, 7, 8 years old.
All right. Did you know wife number 3?
Wife number 3, barely. Because at that time, Uncle Jack was living in North Dakota. He was either stationed in Japan or up in North Dakota.
To your knowledge, was there any children of that marriage?
No children.
Okay. But you did communicate regularly with Mr. Jack Mann, right?
Yes.
And you did socialize with him throughout life and in person and by phone?
Yes.
And to your knowledge, wife number 2 only had 1 child?
Yes.
Did wife number 2 ever, and Mr. Mann ever adopt any child?
No.
No.
The only time whenever I spoke with Uncle Jack and he talked about the family, all he ever spoke about was Michael Sean.
Okay. There was never any talk of any other third child?
No other child, just Michael Sean.
Okay. Pass the witness, Your Honor.
Mr. Flores.
Did Kelly or anybody claiming to be a stepchild show up at Mr. Mann's funeral?
No.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
Call the next witness, Mr. Lorado.
Janice Barbie, please.
Go ahead.
Ms. Barbie, state your name.
I can hear you.
He's asking your name.
Janice?
Excuse me, Judge, may I just step away to ask them to keep it down next door?
Sure.
Thank you.
I'm Janice Zimmerman.
One moment, ma'am.
Okay.
I just lost my court reporter.
Thank you.
That's a good thing.
Okay, Judge, sorry.
Not sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead, ma'am. State your name, ma'am.
Janice Zimmerman,
All right, and how long did you know Mr. Jack Mann?
I met Jack and Michael's mother in like 63. 1963.
And in what capacity do you know him? Like,
Who's my brother-in-law?
is your father-in-law?
Brother-in-law.
Brother-in-law, very well. Being related to the Mann family, do you expect to gain anything from testifying here today?
No. No.
Very well, very well. And so did you know wife number one?
No.
Did you know wife number three?
No.
Okay.
Heard about
And
it.
how long did you know and associate with Mr. Mann and his second wife?
With Phyllis Jean, she was my sister-in-law. I was married to her brother. Through both of our marriages. And
did you-
then after Jack got out of the Navy and came back to El Paso, he
And did you-
contacted me.
And did you socialize as family?
With Jack, I did. I never really met other than Jack's mother and father. I hadn't met any of the in-laws or outlaws.
And in socializing with him, you discussed family life?
Always.
Okay. And as far as you know, there was only one child born to Mr. Jack Mann.
Yes, Michael Sean.
As far as you know, there's
Pardon?
no other. As far as you know, there's no other children born to Mr. Jack Mann.
No, sir.
As far as you know, were there any other children running around in the Jack Mann household?
No.
Did Mr. Jack Mann adopt, or to your knowledge, did he adopt anybody, any child?
No.
That's a witness, Your Honor.
Mr. Flores.
Ma'am, were there ever any rumors or anything spoken of possibly another child other than Michael?
No.
Okay, no further questions, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm sorry for your loss, Mr. Mann, everybody here. The court, after hearing testimony, finds that the heirs of Mr. Jack Mann have been identified and that the letters of administration that are being sought by his surviving son will be granted. Mr. Mann, keep in touch with Mr. Flores. There's some documents that must be prepared and entered within 90 days from the time you sign your oath. Mr. Flores, you want to, let me see, did you just send me the order or did you send me a proof of death?
I've sent both, Your Honor. They
Okay,
came in separate emails.
Okay, you didn't send the proof of death, signed proof of death, so I have your order granting letters and your order of administration. E-file that and the oath. I'm gonna enter the orders right now.
Yes, sir, Your Honor. Thank you, Judge.
So go ahead and get Mr. Mann to sign the oath. Where do you live, Mr. Mann?
I live in Golden Valley, Arizona.
Do we have
It's near Kingman.
do we have the appointment of resident agent is on file, Mr. Flores.
Thank you.
Well,
Your Honor.
good luck to you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank
Okay,
you,
thank
Judge.
you.
Oh,
Thank you,
Chino's
Judge.
fees.
Oh, I'm
Judge?
sorry, Mr. Labrado. How many hours? 2?
2 hours, Your Honor.
Ad litem fees, Mr. Flores, is 500.
Yes, sir, Your
Thank you.
Honor.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.